Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Bitcoin Daily, 9 a.m. Central European Time on the dollar. We do the show every day, Monday to Friday, because we gotta know. We gotta know what's happening in Bitcoin, altcoins, DXY, FTX, Dogecoin, Litecoin, the channel, and so forth, so forth. So, there is a lot of stuff to talk about. We also gotta know what's happening with the moons. So that's also on the list today. The moons, the eclipse, the 22/11/22, because I discussed this yesterday with the central plane. So I might, reiterate a little bit what's happening up there. Guys, how you doing? I hope you're having a nice day. It's not actually on the dollar today, but I was figuring since we started late, it's good to balance it a little bit and start a little bit early. And there's that. Also, I got stuff to do at 9 a.m. so I gotta do it early or no stream at all. So I'm guessing it's gonna be early today. How's everybody in the chat doing? Linda is in the chat. How you doing, Linda? What's up? Techno Vikings, morning man. How you doing? Vinette, hey man, having funds on FTX? No, I don't actually have funds on FTX. Tired likes, dobro jutro, how you doing, man? The center plane, wow, this early, great, yeah. For once, we are very, very early. Pump it, LMFAO, Peter Mac. Who is LMFAO? Is it some Chinese gangster? Early adopter, exactly. Ben, not in the chat. Ben, how you doing, man? Good morning. Stanko, dobro jutro. Dutch Rig Racing in the chat. Good morning. How you doing, man? Welcome. Good morning, people. Mohammed is in the chat. Morning, wow, this early. Everybody is surprised, guys. Everybody is surprised. Drunken is in the chat. Only the good guys in the chat. Only the good guys in the chat. Guys, how you doing? We got a couple of stuff to talk about today. The first thing we can actually start talking about is actually a little bit information. We got actually two Telegram channels we got two Telegram channels on Telegram. The one is TF Fans Club channel up here. This is a TF Fans Club channel, and we got the Late Adopter channel. The Late Adopter channel has something like, let me see if I can show it up here. Up here, maybe something like this. Yeah, something like 2,500 members or something like that. It's I started this channel in the previous bull market because a lot of people. It's actually quite good thing to have in bull market, this public channel, because then you can announce your videos and you get more subscribers and stuff like that. Now the problem with the channel is that people are posting stuff, and I got a couple of moderators on the public channel, but people are always posting some kind of stuff. There is always scams on that on their stuff that I do not agree with, and so forth, and I cannot go and moderate channel every day and stuff like that, right? So I'm gonna delete the channel. The public channel is gonna go away, guys. So if any of you guys are in the public channel, I'm sorry about that, but I just cannot stand anymore the constant spam of whatever. And it is my channel, so at the end of the day I'm responsible for what is being posted there, even though I got mods. And I don't like all the stuff that's being posted there, right? And since I'm not there to moderate the channel and talk with my moderators that much, I'm figuring it's gonna go away. So I might at later point add some other public channel in the bull market, but it will be more moderated, and it will be a little bit different, or maybe some kind of notify me on your new videos channel or something like that. So that might be the case, but the way it's right now, it's going away. So the public channel is going away, but we still got our TA Fans Club channel, and that's actually where all the good stuff are. So nothing is changing there. So just a little bit information about that, because yeah, doesn't matter. That said, we're gonna look at a little bit what Bitcoin is doing right now and the DXY. So we're gonna start with that, and then we're gonna talk about FTX. Yesterday I actually made a video about FTX because there's been a lot of FUD on FTX. Whether that's good or bad thing, I don't know. They're saying that FTX is insolvent. It might be real news. It maybe is real news. It probably is real news. And there is also a very good comment on my video yesterday, and we're gonna talk about that. But let's see up here, the late adopter. We're gonna talk about that, but we're gonna do it after the here is the video. So much FTX FUD out there right now. Will it drop more? So we're gonna talk about that in a second, but first let's go and check out what Bitcoin is doing and how this actually looks. And to tell you the truth, guys, I'm still very much bullish on Bitcoin. I mean, there is literally no problem whatsoever with the charts over here. It's just climbing slowly and nicely towards upside. We are still way below 200 moving average. So the resistance up here right now you know, I don't know if it's, you know, 22.3 or something like that, probably on the weekly time frame. What did we say last time? Yeah, it's up here. So you can see here that right now, this is on the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, today is Monday, so we got a weekly close, guys. We closed weekly above the 20 moving average, which is very good, very nice. And the next resistance should technically be up here at 21.8. This is the next resistance right now, and we kind of went up there to 21.5 or something like that. So we came pretty close to the resistance, but not all the way. And it's not like it's like a couple of dollars off or something like that, like over here or something like that. It is, you know, a big time off of the 21.8. So I would assume that this has, you know, pretty legit chance to again go and try to break that resistance again. So I don't know if this is just gonna fall right down towards downside, but I'm pretty bullish, guys. I'm pretty bullish, and this weekly close up here looks very nice. Up here we got, unfortunately we have big divergence on the chart, this bearish divergence on the chart. So will we go up here towards upside before having a pullback? I'm a little bit unsure about that. That's the only thing that's right now bothering me right now, is this weekly divergence. So we got a big divergence on the chart on the weekly time frame. So can we go up here, you know, try to tap that and then, you know, pull back? I'm a little bit unsure about that, because right now it can just, you know, come right back down here again, do another one of these moves down here towards 19K, and then go towards upside. This is a pretty, you know, probable scenario as well up here, because we have this big divergence on the chart. Now, like we always say, divergences, you know, they are laggy indicator. They can they don't have to play out, because if this pumps up here above the resistance, up here above 21.8, there is literally no divergence and everything is nice and dandy, right? But it is good to know that it can happen that this divergence up here stays like this and we pull back down again, right? It can actually happen that the divergence stays, we pull back down again. But, you know, I'm still very much bullish, even because of that, because as long as we are not breaking these levels on the downside around 19K, everything is good and dandy, right? Everything is good and dandy. But if we do pump up about 21.8, there will be zero divergence, and, you know, divergence will be gone. So when it comes to divergences, you know, they are laggy indicator. They can give you some kind of assumption on what's going to happen. They don't have to play out. Now, I would assume, since we are above the 20 moving average, that this this divergence, you know, should go, you know, correct itself. Because oftentimes the times that divergences do not correct itself, you know, with a move towards upside, is if you had, for example, this 20 moving average and you're right now hitting this 20 moving average at the same time you're having divergence. So you got some kind of confluence between the you know, divergences and a certain resistance level. But right now resistance level is down up all the way up to 21.8, and we are not, you know, kind of up there right now. So I would say that this divergence up here on the weekly time frame, you know, will it play out? It could play out, and I'm saying that there's a good chance this, you know, fall back down and then goes towards upside eventually. But it could also just be that, you know, we pump up here and then, you know, super bullish immediately towards the upside. Also, you're gonna see that the weekly, ever since up here, although we have been going down, the weekly MACD has been going towards the upside. Once the weekly MACD starts crossing the zero line, that's then when the big moves are coming in. We are not yet above the zero line. That's also very important to notice. And but the good thing is that although we have been, you know, going down over here, the MACD has been going towards the upside. Right now, MACD is increasing pace towards the upside. So right now that we are in some kind of, you know, bullish momentum towards the upside up here, there is, you know, good chance that we get above 21.8 or something like that, and that's gonna be very good indication for the moves towards the upside. But besides, you know, the RSI divergence, this actually, you know, technically this actually looks very nice. We are still below some kind of resistance up here, but we are making, you know, breaking new levels towards the upside. So, you know, getting above this 20 moving average, very, very bullish. 2-day time frame also very bullish. There is no divergence on the 2-day time frame up here when it comes to RSI up here or anything like that. You can see here the price goes towards the upside, the RSI goes towards the upside. RSI is only at 50 levels, so we are on 2-day time frame. Without the divergence or anything like that, this pullback is pretty normal. We got a 10, 20, 50 moving average below us, so we are, you know, we are surfing on the moving averages right now. We are at some kind of mid-level down here, and it looks good for a, you know, new push towards upside. But what you're gonna see on the RSI, is this, you know, 50, 60 level up here that we are coming at right now. Let me draw it like this. this 50-60 level. So we are hitting some kind of, you know, very important level of resistance right now. So like we said before, when you're in some kind of downtrend, you will be hitting some kind of levels up here at the top and getting rejected all the time, right? Consolidating or something like that. In a very strong downtrends, this RSI will be all the way down here and only be able to pull back until 40 or something like that before it goes down. And then you have this, you know, big moves towards downside. But right now we're kind of going sideways up here. So this move all the way up to some kind of 60, beside this one up here. You can see up here, you know, 60, some kind of 53 levels up here right now, 55 levels up here. This might indicate that we, you know, that we are not that bearish. But if it does indeed go above 21.8 and we, you know, get above 60 levels on the RSI, that might be one of the, you know, very strong indications that we are, you know, super bullish towards the upside. I think up here that there, you know, the trend is being broken as well. You can see up here the trend is some kind of, you know, RSI trend. I don't actually like, you know, drawing the lines on the RSI, but I think I need to do that a little bit more. But you know, it does look like this trend over here is kind of getting broken right now. We had some kind of retest up here and continues towards upside. So yeah, I'm pretty much bullish right now. I'm not euphoric or anything like that because we are not exploding towards upside, right? It is a very nice move. You want these kind of moves towards upside. These are the kind of best moves towards upside. You know, these explosive moves towards upside, they tend to, you know, fail pretty quickly. So getting slowly above the moving averages and increasing speed, you know, little by little, that's the kind of best stuff to go along. So the daily time, 2-day time frame up here looking very nice. Daily time frame looks also very, very nice up here. Also no divergence on the chart or anything like that. It looks very, very genuine right now, pulling back to 57 levels down here. So everything looks nice on the chart. And up here on the 4-hourly time frame, I know a lot of people have been talking about this bull flag, and bull flag failed. This bull flag over here, where is it? This bull flag over here kind of failed towards downside. You can see here, and if this bull flag had play out, you know, we would be something like 22 right now, something like that. But it kind of failed towards downside. Now the thing that you can learn from this is that any kind of pattern, whether that's a very bullish pattern, pause that one on retest to the RSI. You can remember. Yeah, I think you do actually. I think you did. So any kind of pattern can break the, you know, both sides, and bullish patterns can often break towards the, you know, bearish sides, and this bullish pattern towards up here that actually broke towards downside, which is actually quite bad. But the good thing about this is happening on the 4-hourly time frame, which is a small time frame, and we are not really interested in 4-hourly time frames. And if you look at this over here, you might even say that this already kind of played out. Towards downside, and it's kind of already finished this breakout towards downside, because usually these breakouts in any kind of channel go to, you know, double on the channel on the downside. So let me show you that up here, something like this up here. So you've got some kind of channel up here. There you go. So you get some kind of channel over here, right? And these channels, when they break, they go to, you know, the next stage of the channel, you know, 100% of the channel towards downside. Right now you can see that we are even breaking that. Maybe we're gonna hold that, who knows. But this 50 moving average up here looks very nice. So saying that, you know, this bull flag broke towards the downside, that's why for some reason that's actually very bad. It's not because it's a small time frame. So, you know, people trading small time frames might be very important, but we that, you know, want to know, you know, what's happening in a bigger, you know, bigger time frames, you know, weekly, 2-day time frames, so forth. You know, if for the 4-hourly broke down, we kind of saw that a little bit, you know, move down here towards downside. We can all, you know, down here we got a strong support levels up here as well. You know, we can still pull down, nothing actually happening. So very bullish much on Bitcoin. I have actually no problem with Bitcoin whatsoever. DXY, the one thing that I want to look at right now as well, it was DXY. It was going into this expanding musical instrument to upside. It broke through 20, 10 and 50 moving average on the daily time frame. Right now it's having this pullback towards upside. Now there is still 16 hours left on the DXY, so, you know, whether this is gonna manage to get back up above these levels or not, that's gonna be very important, because if it fails to get above the levels up here and continues going down, there is a big chance that it might actually just start dropping below over here. And as you know, this line on the downside over here, this line, a very important line that we have been looking at for a very long time right now, it's coming very close to that line, and maybe, just maybe, eventually eventually it will actually get broken. So we are looking for the break on the DXY towards downside. Still not quite there yet, but you know, there is some kind of optimism that this rally right now, or this move towards upside, will fail. If the move right now starts failing, that's a good indication that this is gonna drop on the downside. And once drop on downside, we're looking for the first support up here, and if it even drops below down here, it's just gonna be, you know, mad rally on Bitcoin. But I don't want to take the party, you know, too early, so there is that. So there's that. Don't want to take the party too early. So Bitcoin looks good. There is no problem with this move towards downside whatsoever. Yes, this bull flag, whatever, it failed towards downside right now, coming to some kind of support. But on a daily time frame, 2-day time frame, stuff like that, looks very nice. So I'm very much bullish with that. That's for Bitcoin, guys. And right now, yesterday I was reading a lot of FTX news. You know, FTX is bad, it's gonna dump, insolvent, stuff like that, right? And then I looked at the chart on FTX. I looked at the chart of the FTX, where is or it's called FTT. FTT, it wasn't looking that bad, guys. You know, the chart wasn't looking that bad. If you go to the weekly chart, which is very important up here, this is FTX token, FTT. Let's go to the 4-hourly time frame. Now, which time frame would you... Oh. I was looking at a little bit bigger time frame. I think it was 2-day time frame or weekly time frame. I don't remember. Let's try here. Yeah, it might be something like this. So the weekly time frame is important, right? How did I draw this up here? Something like this up here, yeah, up there, yeah, something like this. And the bottom side was something like this. So this to me looks like some kind of falling wedge. I mean, you could definitely draw it a little bit differently up here, of course. Maybe even something like this up here, and if you draw it like this up here, we're coming back down to some kind of support or whatever. I think the right triangle should be something like up here or up there, or it should be up here. Maybe something like this, give or take. It doesn't matter. What matters is that we are right now having this, you know, falling wedge. And in the first indication, the first thing that I thought about when I saw the chart, because once I read this FTX, you know, FUD that was coming out, that the FTX exchange is insolvent, I was thinking like, oh my God, it's probably down like 30-40%. And it wasn't, guys. It wasn't down 30-40%. It did dump down a little bit, and you would expect bigger dump than some, you know, 7-8% towards downside, but it did not. It did go down below certain levels up here. You can see up here. Sorry. Actually, yeah. Let me up here. Yeah, it actually closed below these previous lows down here, so it closed below everything. It does look a little bit bad. I'm not gonna, you know, say it doesn't, but on the chart up here, so far we got a, you know, falling wedge, and we got a slight divergence on the chart up here, over here on the weekly time frame. So I'm a little bit still, you know, unsure whether this is, you know, that bad as people want it to be. And the reason I actually want to make a video about FTX is because oftentimes when these FUD news comes out, people are very eager to, you know, spread the FUD and push the price down. I'm spamming in the chat, ban me. So people are, I mean, interesting. So if you want to know my thoughts about FTX, you can go and check out the video up here. So much FTX FUD out there right now. Will it drop more? But there was one coin on the FTX, and that I think it's very interesting. And this is from Charlie. He said, how can it be FUD if the information is real? And I think that's very interesting. So how can something be FUD if the information is real? So it is real information. The company looks like it's insolvent or whatever, right? Let's assume it's real information. How can it be FUD then? Let me tell you something like this. Imagine there is a girl A and girl B, right? And girl B is out, you know, clubbing one night, and she sees on another table girl's A boyfriend, and the boyfriend is with some other chick sitting there doing whatever, right? So the next day, girl B comes to girl A and tell her, you know, I saw your boyfriend in the club. He was with some other chick. That cheating bastard, you know, he was, you know, doing whatever, right? Now, the information is real, 100%. He was in the club with some other chicks sitting there doing. Now, here's the problem. Maybe, just maybe, the information she is not telling him is that after he was sitting and talking with the girl, he went home alone. Maybe, just maybe, the information she's not giving him, or she does not know, is that that is her, you know, that girl is maybe his sister or whatever, right? There is also additional information that we do not know when it comes to FUD. So is the FTX insolvent? Yes, it is, but we do not know all the information. So how can FUD be if it's real? So maybe, also maybe, girl B wants, you know, girl A boyfriend, so she is spreading the FUD, although she might know that, you know, the guy went home, although she might know alone, although she might know that the guy, you know, the girl he was talking to was, you know, some old friend from school or whatever, or maybe his sister, I don't know, maybe she knows all of that. She's not telling the girl A because maybe, just maybe, she wants, you know, a girl's A boyfriend, you know, she wants to make waves in the relationship, so maybe she can get in on that action, right? We don't know. We don't have all of the information of what B is saying to A, and that's kind of, you know, how the FUD works. Sometimes you will hear real information, FTX insolvent, but you don't not have all of the information. So maybe, just maybe, there is other information that they are not telling. So they are focusing on the negative aspects of the information to spread FUD. And, you know, the reason people are often spreading FUD is to, you know, push the price lower so they can buy, you know, stuff good. So imagine this. You know that Apple is gonna create something, you know, you have a friend working with Apple, you know, and he's very good friends with the CEO, and he told you about this new thing that's coming in, you know, 1 year's time, and you are thinking, oh my god, this thing is gonna explode the price towards the moon. So you already know, you already have the information, something big is gonna come in 1 year's time. Most people don't, and you are thinking, oh man, it would be very, very nice to buy cheap. Suddenly some information comes out about Apple having problems with, you know, delivery, or some, you know, manufacturing in Taiwan or whatever. So you use that information to spread FUD about the company to push the price lower. Oh, this is so bad, this is gonna, you know, end the company, so forth, so forth. Although, you know, it's, you know, probably it's not a big deal. It might be a big deal, but, you know, it's gonna be resolved. So you're only spreading the information that's gonna affect the company. You're not gonna, you know, spread hope and dreams and say, you know, this is gonna go over, you know, it's gonna be good, you know, or, you know, 6 months time, you know, it's a short-term thing. You're only spreading the negative ideas, and that's actually what the FUD is. So is the information real? Probably is, I don't know. But let's assume the FTX information is real. And if it's real, if the information is real, it's still FUD if we don't have all information, right? So the chart doesn't look that bad when it comes to FTX. It might continue dumping down. The big problem up here is that this engulfing candle in the weekly time frame, we are below all of the support, but we are still in the falling wedge and stuff like that. And even the CZ, I don't know if you read it, CZ from the Binance said that they're gonna unload the FTT token, you know, their portfolio, and he said he's gonna do it over the next, you know, couple of months or something like that. Make no mistake, it is real. Yeah, it is real. It might be very, very real. I'm not saying that. It is 100% they're insolvent, but maybe, just maybe, they are already in some meeting rooms with some people to make, you know, to make stuff happen, and to come out and say, you know, guys, yeah, we were insolvent, the price dropped, you know, 30%, you sold all your bags, but we got a deal with this, you know, bank or this company or whatever, and right now we are no longer insolvent, everything is nice and dandy, you know, price is cheap, buy, you know. Where the you know, so I always assume, so when I read bad news, my first assumption is always it's FUD, and then, you know, you need to ask yourself, will the company survive? Will it go under? You know, what's gonna happen, and so forth, Then you have to, you know, analyze the company, analyze the trends, you know, look for more information and stuff like that. But my first impression is it's FUD, and the big reason why it's FUD from my perspective is that I'm seeing all of the Twitter channels, all of the Telegram channels, people are posting like, sell your FTT, do not, you know, get your stuff off of the chain. I don't know if you remember the KuCoin. You remember that last time when I don't know which exchange closed their wallets for the customers, and then everybody was saying the KuCoin is next. The KuCoin is next. KuCoin is gonna, you know, lock up, you know, and they have some problems. Always assume FUD until the FUD, you know. No, that's not the rule in my book. Fall in love with coins. No, isn't that the rule? About that. Yeah, so that's the FTX. You know, when it comes to FTX and FUD, like, will it survive? I don't know, man. The last you know, information I heard before this about FTX was actually that FTX wanted to, you know, give 15 billion to Elon Musk to, you know, acquire Twitter with him, and he rejected. So, you know, if they have 15 billion to, you know, throw at Twitter, I'm thinking FTX is gonna survive fine. I'm thinking FTX is gonna get through this fine. So there is that. There is also one guy in the chat, Telegram chat. Unfortunately, he's short on Litecoin. Unfortunately, where is Litecoin up here? Litecoin up here. He's short on Litecoin, and I hope he survives because his liquidation price is at 73.4. Litecoin hit 73.2. So he's not liquidated just yet, but you can see here, and it's pretty, you know, the Litecoin is actually exploding big time, a lot more than Bitcoin is, and usually these two coins are actually following each other. So I'm a little bit unsure why Litecoin actually pumped this much. So my idea is that it has something, because I did read that, you know, Dogecoin and Litecoin are on the same, you know, hash rate or something like that, on the same proof of work chain or something like that. So maybe if, you know, Dogecoin performs well, Litecoin performs well, you know, as well. So there might be something to do with that when it comes to Litecoin, but I don't know. But I do know that this thing over here pumped big time. And, you know, from bottom down here, it's up like 33% up here. It does look more pumped than Bitcoin eventually right now. So there's that. So whether Litecoin is gonna, you know, play out very well or not quite sure. Rewards are coming. Are we gonna rank or tank? What's happening? New moon pump. Yeah, we're gonna talk about new moons in a second. LTC and Doge are merge mind. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking if Doge performs well, LTC performs well, like, you know, hand in hand. I don't know how that works, so, you know, don't take my word for it, but do not short FTX at this stage. Too volatile. I wouldn't say don't short FTX. I would like to, you know, I would say that don't short the news. That's what I say. When we come to the news, guys, we got a new motto for the TA Fans Club, guys. We got a new motto. We got a, you know, TA Fans Club, you know, slogan, motto or slogan, because a lot of companies got, you know, company slogans. So if you have a, you know, if you have any kind of company, company, they got these, you know, famous slogans and stuff like that, right? Think different, Apple, you know, MasterCard, there are some things money can't buy, Lay's, Betcha can't eat just one, Dunkin' Donuts, America runs on Dunkin', you know, and so forth, and they got, there's a lot of these, right? Apple is think different, there's like, IMAX, think big, Red Bull gives you wings, and so forth. So, you know, mottos and slogans are very good for any kind of, you know, company, any kind of, you know, organization. It makes the world move forward. It gives you a meaning and direction. And we got a new slogan for our TF Fans Club, guys. The slogan is don't read the news, read the charts. That's our slogan, guys. We got a slogan right now. Don't read the news, read the charts. So we got a TF Fans Club, we got a logo, we got a slogan. I mean, the only thing we have to do right now is establish a company. So there is that. So we got a slogan, and I think this goes very well because it, you know, it kind of encompasses, you know, my ideas about, you know, how the, you know, chart works and world and news and stuff like that. So don't believe the news, don't read the news, read the charts. Charts will tell you everything, right? TF and stuff. So that is that. We got that thing going on as well. And the last thing I want to say, today is the 7th of November. Tomorrow, guys, tomorrow is the moon day. Tomorrow we moon, guys. See here. Where is November? November 8th. Full moon tomorrow. I already saw yesterday when I was looking at the sky. The moon was so big, guys. The moon was so big. So today is actually tomorrow is actually the full moon, and it's gonna be very nice. But the very important event on the full moon is that October 8th. It's also total lunar eclipse. So you get a total lunar eclipse on the full moon, and it's a full moon. It's not a new moon. It's a full moon. Full moon with a total lunar eclipse, and we saw what happened on the 4th of December on the total lunar eclipse. The dump big time, because it was a very special event. It was a new moon, it was lunar eclipse with some kind of top, you know, the price tanked big time. So right now we are getting the full moon and the total lunar eclipse at the same time. So I'm expecting some kind of big pumps. I mean, I gotta tell you guys, You might look at this like, you know, full moon getting, you know, blocked, might dump towards downside. You know, you gotta do some, you know, weird brain, mind gymnastics to make that work. But, you know, full moon and, you know, eclipse, I think we're gonna pump, you know, this week. So this week I think is gonna be very eventful week. So, you know, this is very important to actually do keep in mind. Besides that, there is one more date we need to keep in mind, and that's what I was talking with the Central Plan yesterday, and that's the 22nd of November. 22nd November. Now this is not the moons, this is the planets. So we got a March, Earth, Sun, Mercury, Venus, 22nd November 2020. Whether this is gonna be a big event or not, I do not know. It doesn't fall on any kind of supermoon or micromoon, it just falls on a new moon. How will it affect markets? I do not know. So this is gonna be first time that, you know, I experienced this kind of event, because I should try to find some kind of, you know, some kind of interesting patterns with the planets as well, and this is the closest that I came to. So will the 22nd 11 22 have a big impact on the markets? I do not know, but this is the event that I'm actually expecting. Beside the event on the 22nd 11, it's not actually that interesting, but we have been right so far, and I can tell you the next time we are having the big moon events, next big moon events. So this was posted on September 18th, 2021 over here, and this is our moon chart, guys. This is our moon chart. What you're gonna see here on this chart, and this is when we first time discovered the moon. So for you guys that don't know about the moons, this is the first time. So you'll see all these, you know, confluences of these lines. These are supermoons and micromoons. So all of these moments comes to, you know, at some kind of tops, some kind of bottoms, some kind of, you know, big, you know, corona dump right up here. Up here we came to some kind of top up here as well, right? The next, and then based on this over here, we actually predicted on the 4th of December 2021, we will have either a major pump, some kind of top or some kind of bottom. And once we start coming very close to the 4th of December, we are saying that, you know, it's gonna dump on the 4th of December. And if you look at the chart, the 4th of December was insane dump. Not only was this a new moon, micro moon, or super new moon, it was also these lines are these arrows also show eclipse dates. And over here there was also a clip on the same day, 4th of December, so this is gonna pump. That's how we also, at least one of the confluences when it comes to, you know, the bottoms and the tops was on this date up here, June, July date up here, and right now we know that's the bottom. But once you start going towards down here, we're already predicting that on this date, and this was, you know, almost 6 months before the date, we are already predicting that we are 10K dump on the 4th. Yeah, the 4th of December was pretty huge. So we are already predicting that around June, July, you know, there will come some kind of bottom or top, because as you saw all of these previous lines up here, lines, these are the super moons and, you know, micro moons and stuff like that. So we are predicting that we will hit some kind of bottom down here, because there was a range of super moons down here at the bottom. It did play out well, but you know, we didn't just look at the moons, we did look at other stuff as well, and that played out very well. And we are gonna do another stream, and we're gonna look for next moons after these ones. Du må gå till pappa jobbar. Okay, du kan sitta där. And sorry, these moves are sorry, June 20. This is the bottom, right? So we're gonna do another stream and figure out when the next major event is gonna happen, that we're gonna talk about. But so far this has played out very nicely. If this played out very nicely, the moons are gonna play out very nicely. But this where is it, these planetary things, I don't know if this is gonna play out. Like we are saying 22 11 22, something big is gonna happen, but it might fail big time as well, because this is not the moons, these are the planets. So, you know, it's a little bit different theory, so we're gonna check that out. But we got a new motto, TF Fans Club: don't read the news, read the charts. And beside that, guys, I gotta go, because at 9 o'clock, you know, that's why we did the stream a little bit earlier. I hope you enjoyed this. I gotta go. Do I have anything more to talk about now? I went through everything I want to talk about today. And beside that, guys, thanks for stopping by. I gotta leave. Join QCon while you can. And, you know, Bitcoin looks fine, guys. Bitcoin looks fine. Let me see up here. Wow, it dumped. Like it doesn't look fine anymore. We're gonna look at more a little bit more, but there is probably some kind of hopium line down here, right? There we go. That is hopium line. See you around, guys. See you around. Bye bye.